Hi fellows and welcome to the Vanilla Dream. It's an honor to be with all of you and discuss about the marvelous hybrid class, the Shaman. Since I've been told to make a quick guide about the Enhancement Shaman, here are my thoughts on the different gameplays classic WoW offers. Please note that this guide is not meant to be a classic enhancement guide like based on you gear up with trash loots and stick with your trial attacks. I have depicted three main templates viable in high-level PvE, namely the pure melee spec, the spell damage 2-hand spec, and the one-hand shock spec. So let's start with the most common of them, the melee spec. This one has been played by many Shaman players since ages. To be raid efficient, equip that famous axe boosting your caster's mate's DPS for 5 seconds. Otherwise, you can go for one of the big melee axe. Thanks to the hawkish passive, you'll gain 1 extra % melee hits and decrease the glancing effect on every swing. Here are 3 axes you can count on, according to your PvE grinding area. One word about the stuff you need, it could be leather or mail, just go full strength and agility once you are hit capped. I'd rather put a Crusader on the weapon and a 1% speed attack enchant on hand and legs, boosting your proc rates of the buff bot weapon Twilight, coupled with 3% attack speed enchantment. Most of high-level guilds will ask you to go for this optimization. Original template should look like this. Nothing new, just regular stuff. 6, 31, 15. The basic rotation is this one. Swing and wait for Wind Fury to proc. Switch Agility Totem and Wind Fury for your group if necessary. You Force Shock once in a while to burst. You only do Storm Strike when authorized. When burst is needed on hats for instance, but never on bosses due to useless debuff. After dealing Storm Strike, Earth Shock the target. This is an example of a pre-read stuff. Here is another with the endgame equipment. Next step is the spell damage 200 template. So this one requires hybrid stuff. Okay, mine is the full AQ40 set, but you can afford it way before that level. A lot of 5-man dungeons and primer raids offer pieces of hybrid equipment. My personal advice is the following one. Reach your hit cap with the half set slots, namely neck, clock, wrist, belts, rings, and the mail gloves from the I'll Be Harass quest giving you 2% hits. So every single item has 6% hits. You got it. With the powerful 2-hand hacks, you have your 8% hits. The reason why you need these 9% hit is because you get rid of the restoration tree. So this is your new template, 21-30. Adios Storm Strike, welcome Elemental Fury. Coupled with Elemental Devastation, that buffs you for a 9 additional crit for 10 seconds. Your shocks become your best friends. Every single crit is not doubled. Cities of all shocks reduced by 1 second. Frost Shock does not leave a debuff on bosses and benefit from the Warlock Curse, the best to use, definitely. Clear Cast generates 1 free shock every 10 on average. I recommend you to use a 2000 mana flask at first, if you run out of mana quickly. Otherwise, the Supreme Flask means a bit of a boost, but nothing essential. Further consumables are required, like the Retribution Paladin does, you do, and I won't enumerate the countless list you'll need. Playing with Flame Tongue is a bit gimmick, nonetheless, it provides you another gameplay and skills with the Mage debuff. I already made myself some footages of that gameplay, and for further information, I invite you guys to look forward in the Vanilla Dream channel. Get a weapon with a spell proc. Equip trinkets with procs, and so on. You have to test the best combination. Example, in Molten Core, I play with the Black Hand trinket plus the Nature spell proc. In BWL, I switch the Nature spell proc trinket for the Hand of Justice. Every raid has its own specificities and resilience, so does your equipment. This is the basic rotation: totems, swing of the weapon, and shock every 5 seconds. You have 3 different magic schools. This means adapt. Don't forget to check your threat meta. This is an example of pre-read stuff. And the endgame stuff should look like this. And finally, the most uncommon template, a truly new experience in high-level PvE that works pretty well, the one in the Shaman spec. Let me tell you, this requires a superior optimization. Same template, that is to say 2130, you swap your big 2-hand axe or mace for in one-hand axe or mace, plus a caster halfen to boost your shocks and spells. To be more precise, I play with the axe that drops on the fire, enchanted with a Crusader, and buffed with a Wind Fury weapon. The 2000 flask is mandatory to be mana efficient, whether you want to spam your rank 4 frost during 5 minutes. Mana pots and dark runes are recommended. I reach around 8 to 9k mana pool when in red. Conclusion, I do even more DPS with that gameplay, whereas I barely do the same with Surferos. Some of you might say, well, wait a moment, your weapon is way too fast for an Enhancement Shaman. 230? Let me answer. Wind Fury is a 20% proc. No matter what, it's 20%. You attack faster, less downtime between switches of targets, etc. It really works damn good, trust me. The gameplay with Flame Tongue should trigger your attention too. Faster weapons should considerably improve your DPS. Take a dagger or a mace, even the one called Edward the Hot, with an instant lightningbolt proc. But I'm not a fan of that since nature spells suck in vanilla. You'll need at least 60 spell penetration. In brief, a 140 to 220 speed weapon with tons of caster stats should be fine. One of my favorite is the mace on Nefari. Once more, that freaky boss. The trick with that combo is simple. Every crit with Flame Tongue procs elemental devastation. So 9% physical crit, and every hit has a chance of triggering clear cast, allowing you to use Spell Power Flask. To push it to the limits, I often consume oils of immolation and dragon chili, cause yes, this scales with spell power and can crits. I can't wait to enter Naxxramas with the Shaman to prove it's viable, like I did with the Red Paladin. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I invite you to check out my channel whether you want to see what this hybrid class is capable of. Don't forget to comment in the comment section below, so we'll all be well prepared for the release of Classic WoW. Once again, thanks for watching, and au revoir les amis.